I've got to ask you the news this week, Mick, that finally Sergey Fedorov's 91 is going to be retired. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to the franchise? And what do you think it means to Fedorov?
I think it, firstly, is hugely important to Sergey Fedorov. Sergey has, over the years, I've gotten to know Sergey very well. And I can tell you, when he came in here to play an outdoor game, I forget what it was, 16 or 18 or something like that. He was really fearful that he was going to be booed and they wouldn't like him. And I said, Sergey, people love you around here. They respect what you did here, the way you played the game and what you gave the Red Wings. He has since gone public with the fact that he left here, left money sitting on the table, took other offers and said, you know what? That's the worst decision I could ever have made. So he's basically said, I wish I'd never done that. When it comes to his ability to play the game and what he brought, boy, oh boy. I talked to Scotty Bowman yesterday. Scotty said to me, the year he held out was, I believe, 98. We won the Cup in 97 after 41 or 42 years. And Sergey held out and he came back with 21 games left. Mm-hmm. In those playoffs, we played 22 games. Sergey had 10 goals, 10 assists. And Bowman said to me, without Sergey Fedorov, we don't win the Cup in 98. Scotty Bowman, when he came in 93, Sergey came in 91 to match his
91, yeah.
Yeah. And Bowman really was the orchestrator of Sergey's part of his personal life. And we laughed about that yesterday, where he had to give Sergey some time off to go and get some stuff straightened out. And he said, yeah, go, just do what you got to do. And, you know, Scotty's such a character. Scotty knew how to read the tea leaves better than anybody. And then Sergey comes back and he was fine. And we win the Cup. Bowman says we don't win it without him. He said, this guy, he put him on defense because he was only getting 19 minutes of ice time. You got Draper, Yzerman, and Larionov. So where am I going to give you more ice time? So to get more ice time, I'm going to put you on defense. He was a great back skater, skating backwards. And he said, you know, but maybe I better put him where he needs to get some help. So he put him with Lidstrom. Well, within a week, Bowman said, I realized that Sergey didn't need any help. So what it ended up doing was putting Sergey with other defensemen that needed help. He was that good at playing defense. It was unbelievable. So this guy was a thoroughbred. He's a Kentucky Derby winner. Big, strong, powerful. He had it all. He could dominate a game, and many times he did. So he's going to be really, really happy to be able to come in here and have that jersey retired for sure.
And if I could just add to that, I remember, my 97, 98 was my first year in Fedorov because of the Carolina offer sheet that season. Didn't play until 21 games left and partway through. And, you know, the Red Wings are doing okay. And Mickey said, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see Fedorov on a nightly basis. Boy, are you overspoiled, and aren't I? But to further to that, it was in 03, and Fedorov's contemplating leaving, needing a new deal. And his agent was Mike Liut. And at the time, if I remember the story correctly, Anaheim had offered him a deal. The Red Wings had agreed in principle on a deal, I believe, at 4 years, at $10 million a year for $40 million. Then Anaheim came in at 5 years, or at 4 years at $40 million. Then Fedorov came back and wanted 5 years at 50, as I remember it. And then so Fedorov leaves and goes to Anaheim. Then the lockout happens in 04 and 05. We lose that season. And then there's buyouts, and there were unlimited buyouts at the time. The Red Wings bought out, and the cap, remember, the ceiling was $39 million at the time. So the Red Wings bought out Ray Whitney, Darian Hatcher, Darren McCarty. Even with the Goodnow 24% rollback, can you imagine how much on a $39 million cap that Fedorov would have cost Detroit at that time had he agreed to deal with the Red Wings? As I know from management at the time, said Fedorov did them a favor by going, played a year in Anaheim, then was dealt to Columbus. So actually, as it worked out, Sergey, it was perfect. So Red Wing fans shouldn't be upset, actually, that he went to Anaheim, because they would have been in a lot of trouble off that cap year to try to be compliant with Sergey's deal. And I think that next next year, the Red Wings led the league in points. They had 820 goal scorers. They did okay without him. Were ousted in 05-06 in the first round by the Edmonton Oilers, who went all the way to the final, and that was strange. However, as it turns out, Sergey, your story's just fine. It worked out okay. Red Wing fans shouldn't be upset with him.
And just perspective, Kenny, what was the salary cap that year?
39 million was the ceiling.
39 million.
I think
the offer sheet.
John can correct me, but I think so. Out of luck, it was 39 million was the ceiling.
The offer sheet from Carolina that year, when he added in all the bonuses, was 28 million.
That was back in '98. The offer sheet, right,
back in '98. So you're 7 years difference, and he would have taken up all but 10 million of the cap. So amazing how valuable he was.
Yeah, sure.
And as far as a forward goes, I think we pay so much attention. Mickey, you brought up the playing defense as a forward and being able to control the game. Kenny, like he was able to do so much to influence the pace of a game.
When he would put that puck through the triangle, the defenseman's skate stick, and just turn him around the other way in full speed was unbelievable. And I obviously was working with Hockey Night at the time, so when I first come over, you knew of Sergey Fedorov for sure, and you watched him a lot. But to see him every night, even those 21 games, the end of the season when he got going, as Mick said in the playoffs, when back then we used to be able to do a couple of rounds, that truly was unbelievable. Just the pace of the game that he could play at, and the speed and the flow and the beauty of just watching him. Mike Badano with the jersey would flash in the back just to see Sergey in the white skates. Oh, it was something to behold.
Hey, Mick, I've got to ask you, was the 97 team the best Red Wing team you covered in your time there?
Oh, boy, that's a good question, John.
2002?
The 08 team.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many guys in 08 are like almost 10 of them are in the Hall of Fame, aren't they?
02 Hall of Fame.
Was it 02?
Yeah.
I mean,
that was Hull and Hoshik and Robitaille and
there's just, all of them. I mean, in 1996, when we lost the conference final, we had 130 points. Mm-hmm. And that's when they brought Bowman in that next year or the year before in 93. And to try to get us over the hump. And we had a couple of disappointments there. But I think when we made the deal for Shanahan in the spring, right before the first cup, that was the final piece of the puzzle. Bowman was in the middle of that. We've had so many wonderful memories from these teams in this run for 25 years. And most of them, we won in 4 cups in 11 years. I don't know, John, whether I could say, I guess I'd have to put those 4 rosters in front of me of those cup years and go, okay, they were all unbelievable. So many Hall of Famers, so many artistic players, like, in the 08 with Zetterberg, and that's a different era of Yzerman, Fedorov, and so on. Boy, oh boy, we have just it's like overload with.
Well, it was amazing when
highlights.
We got even the preseason when some played again the team together, and I'm on Redbird in 02, and you see and Robitaille and Hoshik and Hull and Fedorov was already here, and Shanahan and
Chelios,
Pavel Datsyuk was a rookie, and Chelios. It was, oh my goodness. Just sitting there watching everybody get on a plane this is going to be fun. And sure enough, it was. It was awesome.
Well, Luc Robitaille playing on a 4th line.
But he wore number 20. He wore number 20. Yeah, it was Robitaille.
I know.
Robitaille, Holmstrom, and Larionov was the 4th line for the Red Wings.
Can you imagine?
Robitaille, Larionov, and Holmstrom was the 4th line.
Oh, my God.
In 02.
And how much fun would you have had with Brett Hull that year?
Oh, my goodness. Brett Hull. Brett, there were so many Brett Hull stories, of course, going to Datsyuk all the time, and Yzerman would use it was a time the new was the Easton stick, and Brett, when he would pass a puck, would just whip it like he was shooting the puck. He would pass the puck, and every time it would hop off Yzerman's stick, you could sit there watching skate, and you'd hear Brett Hull go, synergy, because it would bounce off Yzerman's synergy stick, and Brett would give him crap, and Datsyuk knew better English than he would let on, and Holly would give him crap every time he came to the bench, and even though he made like he didn't understand everything. The funniest, although Brett, in 03, when Brett was leaving, and I think we maybe lost to Calgary that year, and we're on the bus after the game, we're losing, and Brett walks by me on the bus, and I said, Brett, I got to tell you, this, calling your games these years have been unbelievable. I really appreciate it, just in case I don't see you again. He said, don't worry, you won't. And that was the end of Brett. He was done. Back of the bus he goes. I love Brett Hall and just the humor in that room and the guys who could give it and take it. And Mick, that's what the room's all about, give it and take
it.
It.
Hall with who? Was it Boyd Devereaux and Datsuk? Was it the two kids in the goat?
Yes. Two kids, an old goat, two kids and an old goat. It was Boyd Devereaux. That's right. Pavel Datsuk. Brett Hall. Yeah.